It's Thursday, February the 9th. And when does buying a bond set sail for buying stocks?
When does buying bonds set sail for buying stocks?
A telltale sign.
When's the change occur? Interesting question, because that's something we're challenging ourselves to think through this week. Let's say you had, and this number doesn't mean anything. Let's say you had 7 things you were saying that you needed to see.
Yeah.
And let's say we
needed
were
to see to buy back into the
market. The market. And let's say we saw 4 of those things now. And 7 and 4 mean nothing, but we saw better than half of those things. That to me would be a time to begin to buy back into stocks.
So we started that process yesterday, and we started it by buying Treasury bills. Ooh, that's so sexy, buying Treasury bills.
And that's not stocks.
And that's not stocks. But we bought them through purchasing exchange-traded funds, which, again, you're probably scratching your head out there going, why is this a movement towards buying into the stock market? Because by buying the Treasury bills, which we really like right now and still like because the interest rates continue to edge up, but by buying them in an exchange-traded fund, we can get out of those Treasury bills by just pushing a button and selling versus having to go through the onerous process of going through each account and selling the Treasury bills to get back into the market. And we can have complete liquidity versus a Treasury bill, which may or may not be worth more when you're trying to sell it. So we started yesterday, I think, paving the road towards getting back into the market by having more liquidity with our Treasury bills.
My sophisticated 7 and 4 on my fingers.
Arbitrary numbers.
Arbitrary numbers. But another thing that is not as arbitrary, but it does give you a sense of the timing of what you're talking about. We have money maturing within your accounts that we're doing this over the next several months and into late April, 1st of May. I would not be surprised, again, depending on what the Federal Reserve does and how the market reacts to that if in that latter step we are not taking another step towards this. Another thing that we did this week, we all are having the advisors, Liz and EJ and Gib and I, Gib hit it up and put a list of the options. We've narrowed down that option, and we're all tracking a list of sectors and stocks that we want to move into. So we are getting much closer in terms of this, but still it's not quite time yet, except for what we did yesterday.
Yeah, it's on our radar screen. So it hadn't been on our radar screen, really, if you go back the last 6 or 8 months. We've been anti-equities, but we're now getting a little bit more positive. So we're seeing some signs that things are solidifying. I think the Fed will raise rates another couple of times, and then they'll probably pause towards the end of the year. And I think we'll start to make some moves if everything remains status quo as it is today.
We're looking at this awful hard. We look at it every week. We have discussions here in our office about it virtually on a daily basis between all of us. If you would like to ask any questions, if you would like for us to meet, have a Zoom. Just reach out to Chelsea and she'll be glad to set that up. We'll be glad to meet with you and have a conversation. We do it because we know it is your money.
And your money matters.
Have a great weekend.